Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, it's evening this time.
Is it evening this time? Y'all, we are working people. We record when we record. But let's set the mood. It's Tuesday night. We went to a buffet for a date.
Yeah, first of all, it's episode 3.
I always thought it's Tuesday night. Oh, yes, and it's episode 3 of our podcast. Welcome to the Newsroom to Newlyweds podcast. I am the beautiful bride-to-be, Erin, joined by my handsome fiance, Jahmal Kennedy.
At this time of the recording, watching Game 7 of the NLCS on the TV.
Oh my gosh. Go Rangers, by the way. But yeah, we're sitting here cozy on a Tuesday night. Really cozy because Jamal's off work, which is always fun.
Yeah. I like being off, It's cool to have days off.
Everyone gets days off.
I'm not a proponent of the 5-day work week, but we'll get into that another time.
Man, y'all want to talk about news? Let's talk about a 4-day work week. Vote me for Speaker of the House, and I'll turn your week into a 4-day work week.
Yeah.
Basically. I think they could have the power to do that, honestly. Anyways,
What are we talking about this episode?
What are we talking about this episode? It's related to buffets and dates. We're going to talk about dating because obviously we had to date to get here.
This is the
to
Twitter
be married.
discourse.
This is X. What is Twitter? I don't know Twitter.
I'm calling it Twitter.
Interesting.
His mama named it Twitter. I'm calling it Twitter. Or father, I guess.
Okay. Jackie Kennedy. Okay. So, if y'all haven't already seen it, I don't know what y'all are doing, but there was a list compiled by Complex, the news corporation, hip-hop culture, sports news, music. They really do it all. But they compiled a list of places women refuse to go on a first date, and it is going viral. Just some highlights on the list for those of y'all who don't know. Number 20, there were 28 things. Number 28 was sports events. Number 15 is the gym. And number 1... the number 1 place women absolutely refuse to go on a first date is the Cheesecake Factory.
Who's gone on first dates to the gym?
No one, I would hope. There are some places...
Some people are if it's number 15 on the list.
But there are some places on this list that, I agree with.
Like where?
The gym, a nightclub, a hookah bar, Waffle House, church, coffee dates, contro. But if you would have asked me on a coffee date, I would have been like, okay, we'll go on this coffee date. But I wouldn't have thought you were about anything.
Oh, well, for the record, we actually did something on our first date. Yeah,
so I don't see this. Okay, there's a lot of people that, we're sounding off and we're real deal, feeling some type of way. Someone said throw away the entire list. So you're telling me you're going to go to a hookah bar on a first date?
They don't have standards.
Someone else who replied to the story said, we need a list of things women actually want to do because what is there left? There's a lot of things left. Y'all need to be creative. Y'all need to up your dollar. And that's all I got to say on that.
Oh, yeah, that's, speaking of our question, that's new. We have an Instagram page for our...
Oh, yeah, we do. Now. Go follow us on Instagram. Newsroom and Newlyweds Pod. It's easy to find us.
Yeah. A lot less active work on Twitter and Facebook. And more of our content will start going up on there.
Yeah.
We have a YouTube page now, obviously.
Yeah.
So go like and subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you guys are notified when we drop new episodes every single week.
Oh, yeah.
We are now on Apple Podcasts as
we say this all at the
Podcasts and Amazon. Now we have to tell the people at the beginning.
Okay. Keep going. Sound off, King.
Yeah, so we're on Amazon Music now or Amazon whatever. We're on obviously Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and I'm forgetting one.
Amazon Podcasts.
Amazon, Spotify, Google, Apple.
There's a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Those are the 4 mains. We're also on YouTube, of course.
Yes.
So that's how you're watching this. I'm assuming.
You are watching it right now.
Yeah. So.
Pat yourself on the back.
But anyways, back to what we were saying.
I remember.
Yeah, so we put up a poll on our Instagram.
Yeah, just getting people's thoughts. And they were, like, honestly hilarious. Shout out to y'all. I kind of want to dissect some of these, especially the one that said, where else are y'all supposed to go? Me and Jahmal and I went to axe throwing.
Yes, our official first date.
Our official first date. The first one was,
unofficial.
we talked about
first
that
date.
already.
Yeah. A
little baseball vibe, but what is expected?
Which is on the list. The sporting event is on the list.
I feel like you would both have to really be into the sporting event. Like, I went to the baseball game with you as kind of like a friend's vibe. Like, I was there to drink and, like, relax. I think, like, yeah, you're either really into it or you're just going for the vibe. So I get why that's not a great first date. Because also, if you're a man taking me to a sporting event and you're not a sports man, like, why are you flexing?
Also, fellas, the Twitter question of the millennium is how much money are you spending on a first date?
Y'all also need to up your bags, or just, if you're broke, just say that.
$200 for a first date?
Why not?
No one's spending $200 on a first date unless you're probably like some sort of athlete or something.
Well,
I'm not spending $200. First of all, I didn't spend $200. I didn't spend $200 on our date, so I'm not really sure what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the ladies to set their expectations high.
None of the women who are single listening to this will end up in relationships by expecting a $200 first date. I guarantee.
That's crazy. You just turned this into a meninist podcast
right now. Okay, don't take Erin's advice. She's trying to gas. She's trying to gas you up. She wants y'all out here expecting $200 first dates. You're not getting a $200 first date. Okay, you might get dinner. You might get an activity date. $200 on the first date is not happening. Okay, don't go on Twitter entertaining that conversation.
But you know what's crazy? If you go...
You might be talking to a professional athlete, I guess.
If you go to Cheesecake Factory, you could easily spend $200 on 2 people.
I personally have never eaten at Cheesecake Factory, so I'm not really sure.
You should take
but that's number 1 on the list.
Factory.
But that's number 1 on the list for a first date that women
which is
don't
why
like
I'm saying some of these things are crazy.
And Drake doesn't like going to Cheesecake Factory anymore.
Good.
According to Charles.
That man is not the ideal picture perfect of a man. I will say, someone else commented and said they went on their first date to Starbucks, and that ended up being her boyfriend.
Oh, that's cool. Coffee date. I did some of the first dates that I've done. I did Panera Bread.
I would have said no.
First date.
There's any fast food chain. There's someone we work with who would contemplate taking a woman to a fast food date.
I endorsed it, actually.
That's crazy. Jahmal is over here endorsing these things that he wouldn't do.
Listen, man, it's not my life.
Ladies, if y'all are going out to dinner, you better run that motherfucking tab up.
Okay.
Y'all better order them 48 oysters, and if he walks away, he's not the one for you.
Don't order 48.
If I ordered 48 oysters, would you have walked away?
Yes. Well, I would have. I don't think we would not be in a relationship.
But you still would have paid the tab.
I would have paid because I'm a gentleman.
Exactly.
Because I'm a southern
I just woman. Gotta say.
But that would have been the last date you went on with me.
Oh, that's okay. And that's the thing. Within the scope of this list, it is a first date. Just a first date.
48 oysters on a first date.
But not wanting
raw seafood.
But not wanting to go to Chili's on a first date, like
that's a bit obsessive. That's a bit wow. Chili's is sacred for us.
I guess.
It's hallowed ground.
That's true. I love Chili's. But there are places, I think it also comes down to preference, because Buffalo Wild Wings, that shit is nasty. You want to take me to Buffalo? If you want to, Jahmal took me to Buffalo Wild Wings.
No.
I was so pissed. No, that is what happened. We were out of town. I went out of town to get my hair done.
I was thugging with my rounds. Time out. Let me tell you.
Finish the song.
No. I was playing disc golf with my friends.
And I was getting my hair done.
Let me
in the same city.
Context, right? Okay. This was during the NFL playoffs back in January, and we were in Birmingham, and I was playing disc golf with my friends, and so we were like, "Yo, where are we gonna go now that we're done playing disc golf?" We were like, "We want to go watch the games and watch basketball too." So we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, which was right around the corner from where we played disc golf at, and I was like, well, when Erin finishes, she can just Uber here, or I can go pick her up, and we can go home. And you finished way before I thought you would, and we were there for the Eagles game, and we finished the Eagles game, and you showed up, and it's not like I took you there.
They had me eating horse meat.
Don't act like I took you there.
I was eating horse meat. I don't even think I ate any of the wings. I got the little bang bang cauliflower whatever.
Yeah, you didn't eat.
Yeah, because their food is nasty. And they can take me to court on that. Anyways.
I won't let her disrespect you, B-dubs.
I just think, because some person also said it depends on the couple. And someone breaking time just said, I just want to know who made this list and if they're okay. I think they're perfectly fine. I think this is a compilation of people's standards, and people deserve to have standards. Because I'm not letting you take me to church for a first date. I'm not letting you take me to a hookah bar for a first date. Or a nightclub. Okay. I'm probably not even going to let you take me to drinks for a first date. I'm going to think it's a hangout. I also think it's about how a man or woman phrases doing these certain things to their partners. Like with us, like we hung out at the little sporting event, and you for the longest time kept trying to say that was our first date. To me, that's not a date because you didn't ask me out on a date.
Well, you invited yourself.
However it happened, it was not a date.
And you were contemplating how you should dress for said event.
Because I always want to look like a baddie.
But no. You were.
But I always want to look like. But that doesn't mean a date. But that doesn't mean a date. I want to look like a baddie. I'm gonna go hang out with this man, African American, chocolate king. I'm gonna want to look good. I'm not gonna want to look dusty.
He's pooping the bed right now.
I think the women that are crazy are the ones that won't go to Chili's.
Or Cheesecake Factory.
Honestly, but like the Grand Lux Cafe exists, or Grand Lux whatever, Cheesecake Factory's beautiful stepsister. Go to that, I guess, instead of the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not mad at it. Good? I'm here.
What's wrong with Cheesecake
Factory? I guess they think it's cheap. It's not good. It's a little dirty. I ain't never been into a clean Cheesecake Factory.
Well, I guess the way that people talk.
And when you think about these things, they are pretty dirty. You know what else is on this list? And this is why I'm saying these women. They're talking about these women crazy. You know what? I don't think it's crazy to have standards, but a movie night.
Buster's is not on this list.
And Dave & Buster's is lit. I went on a date to Dave & Buster's in high school.
The first date?
I think so, because, I would just date little boys. I didn't really have a boyfriend. I didn't really go on dates.
I didn't go on any dates in high school.
We just hung out.
The one date
we hung out at Dave & Buster's.
The one date I was supposed to go on in high school, I kind of messed that up.
How?
We were supposed to. Well, I kind of just never really followed up on it. We were supposed to go see like Christmas lights, but like I couldn't drive because I wasn't 15. I didn't have my permit. We were freshmen in high school, and I wanted to go see the Christmas lights, but I didn't want to be like my mom has to drive us, even though like my mom would have had to drive us.
Nothing's wrong with that, I guess. I'm not going on a date with your mama driving. Why is that not on the list?
Well, because I assume all these people are grown.
These people are not grown. A 13-year-old can go to the Cheesecake Factory.
We don't know. We don't know the age range who was polled.
It was probably
adults
that are in a different tax bracket. If you making at least
adults
a lot of money per year, you deserve to have this list. That's all I'm saying. Another thing that was on there, movie night. If a man is inviting you out to a movie night, or a woman,
what if it's a couple date? What if it's like a dinner and a movie?
I'm not going back to your house on the first date and then expect me to have another date with you. I'll sleep with you.
Wait, movie night's coming over.
Yes, it says movie night, but going to the movies is also on this list. Both of which
separate?
Yes, they're separate because they're two different things. What? Y'all, Jahmal's date stories are so crazy.
Listen,
I think that's why we were.
I went on a date with a dancer once, and I thought she was an actual dancer, like a ballet dancer.
I can't believe you telling people that.
Well, listen, she was like, "I hope you don't judge me." I was like, "No, that's cool. Ballet dancing is cool."
But guess what?
I found out she wasn't a dancer.
He cooked her dinner.
And she didn't come back over.
And she didn't come back over because, of course, she's going to go for the food, but you're not taking her seriously. You having her over for dinner for the first date?
She kind of like invited herself
Did you serve her paper plates or glass
I had actual real plates. She invited herself over. I don't know. I have this thing with women, I guess, who invite themselves to my stuff. Because I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting ready to eat dinner. And then she was like, oh, I haven't eaten all day. And I was like, that's tough. That's crazy. And, she was like, oh, like, save me a plate. And I was like, bro, like.
You gave her your address, though. Let's not unpack this.
I told her she could come over or whatever, but I didn't extend the invitation for her to come to eat dinner at my place. Maybe that's why she didn't come back, because I didn't invite her.
And that's not a date, and she went for the food. I know the mindset.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not a date.
It's fine. I saw her at a hockey game.
See, look, your house. Another place. See, I'm coming with I feel like I'm literally combating this list. I thought it was going to be flipped.
You thought I would combat the list?
Yeah.
Well, first of all.
No, I thought you would agree.
What?
I
would agree that these are not good places to go on dates.
I think we both agree. I think they're good places to not want to go on dates because everyone has standards. And I feel like, though, you do have to know, like, what you're working with, too. Like, if you talking to,
I feel like, if you're going to eat at a restaurant, like.
They want to be taken to a steakhouse, Daddy.
I guess, but.
I want to be taken to the steakhouse. Anyways, I think they're valid.
I'll explain, I guess. Sure. Maybe.
I think they're valid. It does depend on the girly. So make sure y'all
at the end of the day,
know who you're dating.
Are we not having a conversation? Am I not getting to know you? Or are we doing a bowling date, first date, and you're trying to really understand kind of what's happening? Because if you're trying to pick, if we're having like a survival of the fittest type deal, maybe you want to be with somebody who's got a competitive edge, like who's gonna, if you guys procreate, you'll have an offspring that's more likely to be a great athlete.
Bowling is a fun first date. If you would have asked me for bowling, I would have been like, oh, he's cool, he likes to do fun things.
I would have taken it really seriously, though.
I would have, too. That's what, it just all comes down to knowing who you're dating. Like, you're not finna take a Porsche to a car wash.
No, I agree. I'm just, I just think.
This is what's wrong.
I think it's wild, like, Cheesecake Factory. Whoa. Paul, pump the brakes on there. I just think Cheesecake Factory being number one. Maybe there's just a lot of hype built around. I just can't really wrap my head around Cheesecake Factory being like number one places that people.
But it's because it was just on TikTok. Some girl. This is what y'all do. Y'all take something on the internet, you make it big. I love it. Whatever. There is this woman on TikTok who was in the car with this man. He literally was driving them to the date. They got there, and she started recording the video, and he got out to come open up her car door. Men, make sure y'all opening up that car door. And she was like, she locked the door, rolled down the window, and she's like, I'm not getting out of the car. And he was like, why? She's like, because you brought me to the Cheesecake Factory, and I'm a woman.
Oh, they missed so many chances. That's bananas. That's bananas. Okay, well.
And that's where that came. I genuinely, that's where that came from. It caused a lot of discourse on TikTok.
Sometimes life without social media is a good thing.
But again,
you're letting social media dictate your lives.
Are they?
Yes.
Or are they just having standards?
Just go touch grass, okay?
Go touch grass.
Go be real.
There we go. A picnic ain't on this shit. You know why? Because that is putting in effort. Have you ever thought that it's like just taking me to Chili's for a first date ain't enough effort? I could go to Chili's by myself. You know what? Because some of these things, if you think about it, a lot of these things on this list are like, I can literally do this myself. And I feel like in a relationship, your partner should be opening you up to new experiences, helping you be elevated in life, and helping you kind of like do things that you wouldn't normally do. I think that's what you first look for in someone when you're trying to be like, do I want to be with this person? Do I want to take them seriously? Like, literally, what do they bring to me? Because people are selfish. We want to know how we can be better. I think that's a valid point. That's not all of what you're looking for, but I think that's a part of probably where some of this list comes from. Like, I can go to Olive Garden. They got a 2 for whatever. Me and my girlfriends can go. I can watch a movie at my own house. Why do I want you in my space when I don't know you? Or why do I want to come to your house when I don't know you?
I don't think you should go to... I don't think anyone should be going
Please
to anyone's
don't
house.
go to anyone's house. I mean, unless you're trying to be fast.
I don't think anyone should be going to anyone's house for a first date. And if we have a son or daughter and they're like, Dad, our first date's... Well, high school is different.
Bring your knife and go and try and enjoy and be young, because
high school is different because there's going to be a parent there, I assume. I'm going to be there.
You going to be there?
Yes.
We going out.
I'm chaperoning.
Leave Jackie Kennedy alone.
I'm chaperoning.
Let JC be herself.
If you're an adult,
Jackie shouldn't
don't go to anybody's house for a first date as an adult. Okay?
But you had people over to your house, and I've been over to people's house.
Just don't do that.
I got a little thing I did it with you.
The
third date, because that's when I'm like, ooh, I can cook for you.
Yeah.
Just to really see if you're a serial killer. Because by the third date, like, at least 3 people in my life know we're talking. So if you do kill me, like, they'll know who it was.
But I lived in close quarters apartments though. So like, if that girl did kill me or something happened to me,
but I'm talking about
like somebody would have known it because I live like people like right across the hall, like right there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
but if somebody like just go.
If you had to pick one thing on this list to wholeheartedly advocate for as just completely ridiculous, what would it be?
Completely ridiculous?
Yeah.
Can I see the list again?
Yeah. There's an extensive amount of things. Yeah,
I think the gym is a ridiculous thing. I just don't also believe
who's taking someone to the gym on first date. I just don't also believe that
people are asking people to the gym on first dates.
Though, there's people doing Instagram couples.
Fast food chain is on here. There's a lot of things on here that I'm just kind of like...
But no, ridiculous in terms of what's ridiculous to refuse.
Oh, to refuse. I thought I'm picking like what I think is
like ridiculous to refuse. There's a lot of options. There's 28 things.
Hold on. To refuse.
Yeah.
Something to refuse.
Could be anything.
Something to refuse. I'm probably gonna go with that's a good spot.
Watch a baseball.
I'm gonna go with either bowling or wait. Why is Wingstop on here?
Cause we're going to Wingstop don't even have tables on the inside.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just can't.
But men try to do these things. Men literally try to do these things.
I'm gonna go with bowling.
Y'all are crazy. Bowling is the most ridiculous.
I think bowling is the most because bowling is fun. Like activity dates are fun, right? Like we went axe throwing and we made that really competitive.
Yeah, and I won.
It was different. No, you didn't. I have video proof.
Okay.
And we were like, that was fun. It was cool. We talked a little bit, but not a lot of it.
Yeah.
We were just doing.
It was lighthearted. I made a little video.
Lighthearted. We were doing
the vibes,
things.
Whatever. Yeah. You're right. Maybe the vibes were lighthearted.
Bowling being on that list is wild.
I'm actually...
What do you think you are?
I am going to agree with you. I think that's the most wild thing on this list, to refuse to go on a first date. If you don't agree with me, argue with your mama. But y'all need to let these women have standards. And oh my God. And guess what my brother said? My little brother said.
What did he say?
He said, all my first dates been at Applebee's. That's why I'm single.
I don't think I take Sam seriously. I don't think he's been serious. I think he's joking. I definitely know he did not take his last girlfriend to Applebee's.
Yeah, that girl didn't eat tomatoes to the shit.
I know he didn't take her to Applebee's. So Sam, okay.
Oh my gosh, Sam, let me know if you need some money for a date.
Yeah.
That is so
Applebee's.
funny. Y'all just need to know each other's vibe. Y'all don't be knowing each other's vibe. Y'all just be taking anyone out on a date.
Yeah, how long y'all been talking?
It's the first date, baby. We're talking the first date.
Yeah, but how long they been talking, though, before you go on the date?
I hope not long. If y'all are talking to this man for a month and he still ain't take you out, drop him. Him coming over is not a date. You going over there is not a date. If y'all just hooking up and he not taking you out to dinner,
good play.
That ain't a date.
Just don't go to anybody's house for a first date. Just don't do that.
No, but you know, people go to hook up or whatever, and then they catch feelings and they get the wrong
not
idea.
A date, though.
But people catch feelings and get the wrong idea, and they think just because
That's
they
not a date.
some of these.
That's not a date.
Listen, it's not a date. It's not a date.
That's not a date.
It's not a date. But some of these women out here are delulu.
Congratulations. He's not.
Y'all make sure he take you out the house at least once a month.
Yeah.
Once a week if he loves you.
If he don't want to show you out, if he don't want the world to see you, that's a problem.
Yeah, he should be posting you on his Instagram stories. That's the end of my argument. No one can tell me otherwise.
On the close friends?
Nope, on the public.
I didn't post you on public until we started an official relationship. We were soft.
That's what I'm saying. I'm making that statement. I'm not saying you to post me every day, but if you don't at least post my face and at least one time, I don't trust it. But that's just me. Everyone has their different social media opinions. You posted me one time. You cannot post me again until we have a baby. That's okay. But people gonna click on your page and see me. Ow. And that doesn't mean he's loyal. That doesn't mean I get the counter arguments. Me personally, and my little army of women who think the same thing, you better post me on your social media. And y'all worried about the first date. I'm worried about the first date too. But yes, let women have standards. I don't know how many times I can say that. I'm actually, I'm like not shocked that people were shocked because people love like.
People are bougie.
People love to be. No, people love to be. I don't know. Let the girlies not want to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Men, listen to me. Just imagine this just took a close-up of my face. Don't go above your means, all right? Unless you saved up. Don't. Listen, man, you got to pay bills. You got things you need to do in your life, all right? Rent's coming up. Rent's always due. Don't ask me. Rent's always due, all right? Don't be out here spending all your money on a first date knowing you ain't got no way to pay your bills, all right? If you need to take her to a restaurant, don't worry about this list, you know? Don't take her to Chuck E. Cheese. Or maybe take her to Chuck E. Cheese
is expensive as hell. You better off at Chili's.
Maybe take her to Chuck E. Cheese. It's fun. It's an activity date.
What age are we talking to? My baby cousin?
Let her see the animatronics. I don't know.
Yeah, Chuck E. finna jump out and choke their ass.
Hey.
Shout out to my dad.
Listen. Hey, but don't take my advice.
Take my advice. You better wine and dine that hoe.
Please be respectful of the woman you're going on dates with.
OMG. Okay, do we want to draw a question?
Yeah, draw a question.
You gotta go grab a question box. You can pick. I'll tell them about the question.
Wait, which one am I picking?
You can pick the box. Yes. Okay, everyone. So the way Jahmal and I kind of fell in love was we would take these road trips to Texas. We took 2. No, grab a question card, not debatable. Not right now. We would take a road trip to Texas. Yeah, and on our way to and from, these are 10-hour rides. We would ask each other questions from these question cards that I had a pack, which I know we'll get into one day. But they're just questions like asking yourself about the other person, and really getting to know that person. I don't know if I explained that very well. But basically, we would just ask these questions. So what we're going to do today is ask each other a question. each one, just to kind of finish out the episode. Just kind of finish out the episode. Hold on. Just kind of finish out the episode. And I think we're going to try and incorporate this into our episodes because this is an important part of like how we fell in love. Too long don't read. We fell in love because we got to know each other, and I think that's important.
This is not a plug for this.
And no, I'm gonna say that though, just in case people want to get it. But I think that this is another thing to think about on first dates. Is like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? You know?
Yeah.
Like, go in with an open mind, ask the wild questions. That's what I like to do. But yeah, this is burning. It's called Burning Questions. I literally picked it up from Target. It's super cutie. Do you want to ask me the question first, or ask you the question first?
It's not like I've gotten this. I mean,
okay,
I've
what's the
definitely
question? I mean, yeah, we've been through this whole box already. But.
How would you dispose of a dead body? I feel like we just got that one.
Listen, y'all. I think I'm going to have to be like Dexter with it and chop them up and throw them in the ocean. I have friends with boats.
Yeah, okay.
Mine's going to require you to call out someone's name. So
that's a good Drake song.
I don't think this is a good question for you, but I'll ask you anyways.
Okay.
Whose calls do you wish you could avoid?
I could avoid?
Yeah.
It's anytime anyone calls me asking for money.
Who calling you asking you for money?
You know, just...
Me?
Companies. Various companies. There's calls that I wish I could avoid.
Mm-hmm.
It's not personal, but any call regarding work on my off days. Like I don't like doing work on my off days. I don't even check my email on my off days.
Man,
that's one thing that I like.
Don't even open the work. He doesn't even have the email app on his phone.
No, because
and I'm the one always on my email.
Because if work, like we already work in such a demanding business.
Yeah, that's true.
If I allow it to invade my personal life and my personal time, then when do I get a break? You know, like when do I get time off to enjoy my why am I working 7 days a week, looking at emails, answering emails, replying to emails? I understand the perks of my job and like the duties of my job, and I can do those without yes, my duties. And I can do those without like having to always be turned on to my job.
Turned on.
That's why I rarely tweet about works-related stuff on my off days. I rarely tweet about work-related stuff, period. But, yeah.
Ooh, you heard Marty's sigh.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that means.
It's time for bed.
This camera.
You're just gonna keep ripping off. You're gonna keep ripping off different people.
And then they can never catch me. So... We, also, what do we have going on this week? Oh, it's football this weekend.
We didn't even recap last weekend.
Well, you know what? If they want to know, they can ask. But we went to a winery. As you can see, the wine was very good. So.
And it was minority owned.
Minority owned. Shout out Black Power. But yeah.
And his wife is Hispanic.
Yeah. Shout out. I saw something today that said that Mexican cuisine is one of only two cuisines protected by the UNESCO. It's like the UN's like cultural branch.
Because it's good food.
But it's because it dates back so many years. It's a protected cuisine. Guess what the other protected cuisine is?
Asian cuisine.
No, it's French. You just mad because we ate that fake Chinese food at the buffet.
It was good.
Yeah, we're full. We've had wine. Y'all know what happens after that.
Sleep. Sleep. Stop insinuating.
I'm not insinuating anything. We're grown. We know what we're doing. So, y'all have a beautiful night, or have a beautiful morning, or just have a beautiful day, week, life. Stay blessed, y'all. October's almost over. There's like 9 more months in the year. What are you going to do with them? Y'all need to have, in a year, 9 more months, 9 more Mondays. 9 more Mondays in the year. What are you going to do with them? Are you going to be sad that you wasted the rest of your year? Or are you going to be positive and get out your funky sheets and go smile because you get to see the sun the next day? I hope y'all stay blessed, stay woke, and stay black.
Very inspirational.
That's all I gotta say.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Erin_MAC24 and at Newsroom to Newlyweds Pod. We finna post on there, so stay tuned.
Twitter, Jahmal Kennedy, Jahmal Kennedy, like the president.
With the H. Don't fuck up my baby name.
Okay.
It's the line.
A lot of you probably already follow me there. Instagram, it's JK_724.
But he ain't no joke. That's what I think.
I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. I'm always joking.
Okay. But he's not a joke.
No, I am.
Let's wrap this sucker up.
Yeah, but that's my socials. So anyways, next week we're talking about some serious stuff.
Yeah, next week, y'all better pour your own glass of wine.
Yeah.
But have a beautiful life.
Yeah.
See y'all next Wednesday.